Hey fellow meta fighters, and yeah, I know it's been a little bit since I've made a video like this. I know I've just been doing the daily videos, but for the past couple of weeks they haven't really shown anything too new in the live streams. But today we actually got some really interesting stuff. We got a bunch of new cards to look at. We also got a lot of version exclusive items that we're going to be seeing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first screenshot we got here. Alright, well, as you can see here, says the initial deck, so I believe this is the starter deck that you'll get whenever you play the Kabuto version. So you'll get Medabots. Medabots is your leader, you'll automatically have the left and right arm, and you'll also come with some spare parts, which looks like Wild Ukon's left and right arm. And it also seems that Wild Ukon's left arm just has no effects at all, so these are just basic cards. You also get a basic sleeve. You get the Kabuto medal. Level 1, you get that 2 barrier cost Medabots card. And you also get to see the cards that you'll start with. So from what I've been able to gain from my knowledge of all the cards that we've seen so far, looks like the starting deck for the shooting type, or Medabots, will be 3 Cobalt Setters, 3 Zungarians, 3 Totalizers, 3 Stingrays or Roll Stars, 3 Coffin Bats, 3 Bug Stinks, 3 Parallel Dudes, 1 God Emperor, with tactical cards being 3 Precision Shots, 1, I don't know what that one is, 1 Annihilation Shot, 1 Prepare to Fire, another tactical card that I don't know what it does exactly, and then 3 Spotters with the Meta Fighter, 3 Ickies. This is really interesting, especially getting like 4 late game cards, especially a really powerful one like God Emperor. That's really good for a starter deck, I think. But it's definitely a way to get you prepared and starting out early. So now we move on to the Rokusho, or the Kuwagata version. You'll get the Rokusho deck whenever you first start to play. He'll have the left and right arms like usual. He'll also come with the Wild Ukon stuff. Basic sleeves. It'll get the medal again, the Kuwagata medal, with at least 1 Medaforce card. And let's go ahead and take a look at the cards that you'll be getting in the starter deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at the main deck, the supporter Medabots, tactical cards, and Metafighter. So you'll get 3 Ninjas, 3 Gyrains, I believe that's how you say it, 3 Peppercats, 3 of a Meta Change Medabot. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Meta Change Medabot. And then you'll get 3 Assault Tyrannos, 3 Rhino Dashes, 3 Parms, 1 Meta Change Medabot that I know is a Meta Change one. And then you'll get 3 All-Out Attack tactical cards, 1 Disruption Attack, 1 Critical Strike, 1 Battle Stance, 1 Pursuit Preparation, and 3 By Any Means Necessaries. Those are the tactical cards. And then you'll get 3 Henrys as your Meta Fighters. So there is this difference. It does kind of seem, in my opinion, it kind of feels like the Kabuto version gets a little bit better cards in this. I could be wrong, but getting only it seems like there's only 1 really late game or strong card in the Rokusho deck, and that's coming from the Meta Change Medabot that you only get 1 version of, or 1 copy of. I mean, granted, you could probably get more copies of it later in the game, but it definitely feels like this one would be a bit of a hard mode. There's a lot more tactical cards in this, obviously, but still. Either way, let's go ahead and move on to the next screenshot. So this is going to be interesting. We get to see it says initial deck. I believe these are your rivals. I don't know if you fight both of these rivals in the game, or maybe you fight a rival depending on which game you play. They haven't really shown what this is about. But either way, if you play the Kabuto version, the Metafighter on the left, he will have Medabots and Arcadia. And the Metafighter on the right will have Red Matador and Arc Beetle. Which is interesting to have like version exclusive rival stuff, or rivals to have it version exclusives themselves. It's interesting. But let's go ahead and look at the next one, where we get to see what happens if you played the Kuwagata version. Now here we get to see the Metafighter on the left. They will have Rokusho and Throde, or whatever her name is. Then the Metafighter on the right will still have Red Matador, but will instead have Titan Beetle. But like I said, I don't know if these are rivals, or maybe the Metafighter on the left is you, and then your rival is the one on the right. I wish I knew so I could give a clearer answer, but either way, yeah, these are the version exclusives for that. Okay, so we get to see something really cool here. So now we get to look at cards that are only available in these versions. So this is the Kabuto version. You'll have the Musketeer Medabot, Wheelcomb, Parallel Dew, Little Lacy, and God Emperor. These are Medabots you can only get if you play the Kabuto version and open packs. So I don't know if you're going to be able to trade cards. I don't think that'll be a thing, but there is something at the very end where they'll show what happens if you own both versions. So there's definitely going to be able to be some way to tell that you've purchased both versions of this game. And as with the last screenshot, here are the cards that you can only get in the Kuwagata version. These are all new cards, but I haven't seen any of them before, so I don't have any information on them except for what you're seeing now. But I'll just butcher the name saying this, but it looks like there's Savatrus, I'm not even going to try that one. Ordinia Earth, Noel, Grain. So some of those are kind of easy. But yeah, these are completely new cards that I have yet to actually see. But they look great, honestly. Some of them look a little bit better than in the Kabuto version. But I would prefer the Kabuto version just to be able to get God Emperor. But anyway, yeah, so those are the cards that will be version exclusive that you can open in packs. It's good to know that there's not going to be too many that are going to be version exclusive, because if there was like a wide range of stuff that was version exclusive, I think it would probably be a little hectic. Now, if you did watch the tower mode gameplay, you do know that there are unlocks that you can get in terms of leaders, in terms of parts, so you can unlock a lot of stuff in a variety of ways. But there are version exclusives for these rewards that you can get from completing the towers and stuff. So in order to unlock these ones in the Kabuto version, you'll get the Arc Beetle, you'll get Arcadia, and you'll get a wide range of parts for the arms. And they definitely have to be at least a little stronger, because these have barrier limits on them. If you look onto the right, you can see that there's some that you have to have 2 barriers or left in order to use, or you can use. In fact, that looks like Beastmaster's left or right arm right over there. So this is definitely going to be interesting to unlock these cards and see everything that they do. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Kuwagata version. Alright, so I will admit that I don't really know all the arms on the right, so please bear with me on that. Eventually I will know, but as of right now I have no idea. But you'll be unlocking stuff for Titan Beetle, for Thruld, or whatever her name is. And as you can see, the similar thing, you'll be unlocking cards with those barrier limits. And it does seem that these version exclusives kind of have a theme going on. Because a lot of the cards on this one, as you can see, are fighting types that you unlock. Which is cool. I mean, it is cool. I mean, it makes sense because you're playing the Kuwagata version, so you're playing more of a physical or a fighting type deck. The shooting type deck for Medabots or Kabuto. So, yeah, it all checks out. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next screenshot. Alright, so this is where I think it gets a little silly. There are also exclusives for your card sleeves, your player icons, and something new they've just introduced, which I'll show in just a minute here. But as you can see, there is a version exclusive deck sleeve that you can use, which I think it looks really, really cool. Especially the Medabots one, but both of them are very fantastic. You'll see here in just a minute. But yeah, with this screenshot, it actually shows the version exclusives for the player icons. Although it has both of them on there, so I don't know. Maybe you can unlock it in some other way. I have no idea, but you can see both of the icons here. But this is what I was talking about. So there are wallpapers that you can actually add to the main menu. which also looks really cool. Once again, I absolutely love the middle one that has both the old school retro looking Medabots and Rokusho. Although if if you put that one on, I don't think you'll be able to really see it very much on the main menu, but I think it carries over to all of the menus. I don't know, maybe you can actually set certain wallpapers to certain menus. Like if you look on the right, you can see that the main menu has a more of a greenish wallpaper with a bunch of Medabots on it, and the bottom one where it's looking like you can customize your deck or multiple decks, you have a different wallpaper. So maybe you can put different wallpaper on each one. No idea, but it definitely looks cool. But version exclusive wallpaper, I think, is just a little silly. But either way, it's something different at least. But we get a nice clear view of what the exclusives will be and look like. So you can see each card sleeve you get, the wallpapers that you'll get, and the player icons specifically for the Kabuto version. I personally like this one a lot more, just due to the fact that, I don't know, I just like Medabots more than Rokusho, I'll be perfectly honest. But still, it's nice to see this. Even the card sleeve in the middle that has like the deck box on it, that's actually pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Kuwagata version. And as you can see, it has more of the Rokusho flair. Same thing as before, it'll have the deck box card sleeve there in the middle, and everything is more tailored toward more of Rokusho or the fighting type Medabots. I will say that I do like that nice neon, or like not neon, but like that really blue color that is on the player icon for Rokusho. I just absolutely love that like highlighted blue. It's almost like a clear water. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I don't know what they mean by bonus for purchasing both versions. So they have to have some way to be able to know that you bought both of them. I'm pretty sure it's an easy way for them to figure it out. But I think it's kind of confusing, because I mean, like, does this mean that you can trade between versions? Can you do anything like that? I don't know. But either way, you do get 2 additional things. They're icons. I don't know what the Medabot is on the last icon, but I do know you get God Emperor. And I can already see myself using that, because I'm going to get both of these versions. I'm going to play them. I also think that the pictures are actually reversed. I think the Medabots on the right is supposed to be on the left, and the Rokusho one is supposed to be on the right. I think they did actually kind of mess that up. But either way, I do see myself using the God Emperor player icon for sure, definitely. Now here is something I was really excited to see. There is going to be a trial version or a demo, or what they call practice version or practice edition. So the trial version is only available in the Kuwagata version. If you have completed the practice mode in the trial version, you can skip it in the main game. It says, note, you can also skip the main story even if it's the Kabuto version. So this is a great way to learn how to play the game, get used to the cards and everything like that before the full game comes out. And when the full game does release, you'll be able to just skip the practice mode. So that means, I do believe whenever a game starts, it usually puts you into those like tutorial things. So this is probably a way to play the game a little bit and get past that and learn it before the game comes out, so you won't have a difficult time when it does release. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about with this is that I'm hoping that it's not just the tutorial or the practice mode. I'm hoping you're at least able to do maybe a couple of fights in the tower, or maybe a couple of fights in that like a challenge mode. I'm really hoping you're able to do at least a little bit more gameplay than just playing the tutorial. Even still though, I'm happy to be able to play it a little bit early. I already have my Switch ready to go. So if you have a Japanese account and with the Switch, you don't have to. This isn't on Switch 2, by the way. This is on Switch 1, the very first Switch. So you don't have to get a Switch 2 for this. You'll be able to play this a little bit early before it comes out in June. And from what I know, it's going to be on the 14th, May the 14th. It's not right now, even though it says trial version now available. I believe it should be on the 14th from what somebody said in Discord. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you got some good information out of that. I will figure out all those cards that I had no idea who they were or what they did. I'll figure it out. I'll get it updated. Also, I have a spreadsheet that I'm working on that'll have all the cards on it, what they do, the effects. I'll also have Medabots, tactical cards, Meta Fighters. I'll even write down the keywords so you can figure out what they do. Like Burn, how whenever they try to attack, they'll lose 3,000 power. Or Frozen, where they can't activate any abilities or use any actions. Or Shocked, where they can't just use abilities. I'll have it all made and written down, and I'll put a link to it in the description in a future video whenever I have a bit more information or a bit more cards. Like I do have a lot right now, but definitely not nearly as many as I would like to be able to fully be able to show people how everything is. I do know that a lot of cards are just vanilla cards and they just have power, but still, either way, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you later.